Now we're going to take a look at searching in the library catalog and then locating full text from your database searches. So there's a search box right here at the top of the library homepage that searches in the library catalog. It defaults to journals, so if you wanted to see if we had a particular journal, you could look it up here. If you wanted to search for books on a topic, you could search in Books and More. And then there are also course reserves. I'm going to leave this at Books and More. And I'm going to do a search on nursing and anesthesia. Whoops. And it's not going to suggest a term for me, so it doesn't correct your spelling. So here's a search with results of 166. If we wanted to limit these to results that were just electronic books, since you might be off campus and not able to just go grab a book from the shelf, you can use this limit over here on the left-hand side for ebooks, and that gives us then a set of 81. These would all be available electronically. To access one of these books, you'd click on Online Access Options, and then you'd click on the vendor link here. And once you do that, it brings you to a login screen. So whenever you want to access a resource from off campus, you'll be asked to log in. You'll only have to log in once as long as you leave your browser open, though. So you can move between electronic journals or books or databases, and your login will stay held within your browser. So that's your network username, the first part of your email address before the @ symbol, and whatever password you use for that. And then each ebook could come from a different vendor, and they have different options. You'll always be able to read it online. Some will also give you the option to download as well. I'm just going to close that window and look back at our search. And now let's say we wanted to see if we held a particular journal. Now that we're in the library search and not searching from the library homepage, the search is a little bit different. We're searching in journals, books, and more all at the same time. So I'm going to look to see if we have the journal called Nursing Research. So first I'll do that search, and then I'm going to limit down here to journals. So I just want to look at nursing research journals, and I'm looking in particular for the journal called Nursing Research. You can see there are 2 records here. It'll be this way for every journal that we have in print and electronically. If you wanted to see just the electronic version of the journal, then you could click here on Available Online, and then we'll only be seeing electronic journals in our results. Now I'm going to go back to the library homepage, do a quick search in a database, and show you how to access full text from there. So I'm going to go to CINAHL, and I'm going to do a search on pain assessment, and it suggests pain measurement, so I'm just going to grab that and go ahead and search the database. And I'm looking for pain assessment in patients with dementia. I'm going to explode dementia, include all subheadings, and click Search Database. And there's a much more detailed CINAHL search in the database searching tutorial that's also included in Sakai. And then I'm going to combine those two by combining them with search with and, because they're 2 different ideas and I have articles about both things. And then I could add any number of limits here, but I'm just going to go ahead and move into our results and show you how to get a hold of the full text of some of these. So if you don't see a link to a PDF immediately right within the record, for example, number 7 here has a PDF, you could just click on that and go right to the full text. That's because that particular journal comes with our subscription to the database. But there are lots of others that don't, that we still have access to. So I'm going to click on this first one, then the Find It at OHSU Library button. And it opens a window, and this is a mechanism that's going out to look in the library catalog to see if we have access to this particular journal. So it's the Journal of Pain and Palliative Care Pharmacotherapy. It's from 2014, volume 28. issue 3, page 305. And to get to that, we would just click on the publisher's link right here. Ideally, this will take us right to the article level. A lot of times it doesn't work that way. I call this the Wild West because you're never quite sure what you're going to get when you click on the publisher's link. So this is bringing us to all issues of the journal here is what it's defaulting to. Sometimes this is called archives as well. The issue of the journal that we're looking for happens to be the most current one, volume 28, number 3. So we'll go ahead and click right into that, and then we would just scroll down through the page numbers, which are listed right here, and find our page number, which is 305. And then when we see 305, we can just click on the PDF to open it, and you could either print it or save it to your machine from here. So I'll close those, and let's try another one. Now let's go to this second one. So this one is in Slovene. It's not in English because we didn't choose the English language limit over here. And I left this in our search so that we could definitely have an example of something that we probably don't subscribe to. So I'm going to click on the Find It at OHSU Library button. And this time you'll see when the window loads that instead of the green full text available button, we have an orange indicator here, and it says check availability. If we still wanted to make a request for this article, we could do that by requesting it from another library. This is also referred to as interlibrary loan, and you get 10 free interlibrary loan requests per term. So if I click here, this opens a window that asks me to log in to the interlibrary loan software, which is called ILL Express. But before I can do that, I need to create an account. So I'm going to go down here to first time users and read the very important copyright information, and then click on I accept. And then I'll just quickly create an account here. So I'm going to create a test account and put in my email address. I'm just going to put in some random stuff here. So you want to make sure that when you get to the status category here that you make sure and identify yourself as a distance student. You can also use this to request articles that the library holds in print, and we'll scan them and email them to you. Or if you wanted to borrow a book in print from the OHSU library, we would mail it to you and send it to you with a prepaid return mailer, since as distance students you can't just walk right into the library and pick something up off the shelf. We're trying to sort of replicate that. So create an account here and click on submit information, and apparently I've used that username before. So let's try something a little more unique. Okay, so I always like to make sure that students see this page because it's a little confusing. You see lots of red text here. And then you have the option to add monthly bill. If you don't have the option to add monthly bill, you can click whatever button appears in this area. All this does is it just establishes your account. It's not going to bill you. It doesn't have any way to take money from your student account or anything like that. But you just do need to click on it, and then it will change here so that you can see you have something under account number, and it's telling you about the 10 free requests per quarter. And now if you want to go back here, if you wanted to request this article, when you click on request from another library and then log in, or it will remember that I'm logged in, it brings all the citation information into the request form. So you would just say, you don't want to pay any fees. If we own this item, would you like us to scan it and email it to you? You can say yes to that because you're a distant student. And then you would just come down here and click on submit. I'm not going to submit this one, but that's how you'd place an interlibrary loan request. I'm just going to go ahead and close these windows, and we'll look at one more here. So this one is an interlibrary loan request as well. more often than not, we will have access to them. I just sort of wanted you to see what the differences are. Just went into the full record, and now I'm going to click on the Find It at OHSU Library button from there. This one we do have the full text of. Again, we might just want to pay attention to the citation information here. So it's from 2014. It's volume 14, issue 3, and page 541. Now when we click on the publisher's website, just have a look around here. We can tell that we're in volume 14, issue 3. So it's not the most current issue, so it did take us right to the article level, and here's the title of the article right here. So sometimes it works well. Again, here would be the link to the PDF. You'd want to just go right to that to read the full text. You always want to read your articles in the PDF version so you can see how they were originally published. So those are some examples given to full text. I'm going to stop there, and your next tutorial will take you into searching in the Ovid Medline database.